Hari Om to all the Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. Today we have a beautiful story for you, a very good story with a lot of moral. But first, let us start with the prayer. Let's gently close our eyes and pray to the Guru for guidance. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangai Sushtuvagum Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Rudrashavaah Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaah Swasti nastraksho arishthanemihi Swasti no bruhaspatir dadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So today's story is called The Well. Once in the court of Raja Bhoja, there was a very famous king called Raja Bhoja. He had 9 wonderful scholars in his court. Navaratnas they were called. Okay. And sometimes he used to test them by giving them some puzzles and they had to solve. So one such occasion, Raja Bhoja asked a question in the court. Okay, there was a Raja Purohit was there. All these Raja Purohits or ministers, they are supposed to be very intelligent. And so he asked the Raja Purohit one question. And he said, the question was, which is such a well from which a man cannot get out after falling in? There is such a well in which if you fall, you cannot get out. What is that kind of well? Raja Bhoja asked the Raja Purohit. So, especially the Raja Purohit, but many people in the court, they also tried to answer. They gave different answers, but Raja Bhoja was not convinced with any answer. He said, everything is wrong. No, this is not the correct answer. Then finally, the Raja Purohit, Raja Bhoja told him, you have to give me the right answer for this within 1 week. If you don't find the answer within 1 week to this question, you will have to leave my court. My asthana, you have to leave and go away. Now this Pandit, Raja Purohit, he was a very scholar, he was a Pandita. He had a lot of brains. But even he could not fathom the answer to this question. He also thought and thought and thought. Then he was very depressed. He said, what is such a well from which if you fall, you can't get out of? Any well you fall, somehow you can manage to get out of, even it might seem impossible, but with effort you can get out of. What is this well? He was thinking. And last day, he was so disappointed and angry with himself. So he said, I'll go to the forest and, I will meditate. I will get the answer. So he went to the forest. In the forest, he met a shepherd. And that shepherd instantly recognized this Raja Purohit. And he said, oh, you are from the Asthana of Raja Bhoja, no? What are you doing here in this forest? And why are you looking so sad? He asked. Then this Raja Purohit, anyway, he had no one else to talk to in the forest. No. So he said, he confessed his problem. See, this king has given me such a question that I cannot find an answer to that. That's why I'm looking a bit disturbed. I have come to the forest to meditate. So the Raja Purohit thought there is no harm sharing his problems with this fellow. Anyway, he's not going to see him in his life. So the moment the shepherd heard this, he said, oh, simple question. Don't worry. I will give you an answer. I have a magical stone. Using that stone, you can make any amount of gold. Okay. You don't have to worry about not going to the, being banished from Raja's office, Raja's court. If you want money, I have a stone which will give you a lot of money. So this Pandit, this Raja Purohit, was surprised. He said, why this shepherd? Why is he roaming around in the forest with his sheep and goat and all that? And why can't he use it himself? Isn't it? If he has got so much, such a magical stone with him, why he cannot use it himself? There must be something in it. But still, he was very curious. So he says, that's very interesting. Then the shepherd continued, with this stone, you will not have to worry about money anymore. And many followers, you will have many followers. I can give you this stone, but there is one condition. So Raja Purohit thought, okay, I will humor this guy. Let me listen what he says. He said, okay, what is your condition? So the shepherd said, you have to become my disciple. Imagine, he's telling the scholar, the Raja Purohit, a simple shepherd is telling the Raja Purohit, you have to become my disciple. Then this Purohit, first he laughed. I said, what do you mean, stupid fellow? Why I should become your disciple? You're such a, you're just minding sheep, you don't even know ABC. Why should I become your disciple? But then little he thought, okay, there must be some magical stone. He's talking of a magical stone. Then he said, okay, let me take a chance. And he said, okay. Chalo, I'll become your disciple. Okay. Then the shepherd said, for becoming my disciple, first you have to drink the sheep's milk. Now the Raja Purohit got angry. What do you mean? You asked me to become your disciple? I said, okay. Now you are asking me to drink the milk of the sheep, your sheep. Mad or what? I'm a Brahmin. I drink only cow's milk. That too, a very good Shrestha cow only, that sacred cow only, that milk I drink. Then shepherd said, okay, if you don't want to drink the milk, I will not give you the magical stone. Go. Then the Raja Purohit thought for a minute and he said, no harm, milk is milk, whether it's from the cow or the sheep, what does it matter? So he said, okay, fine. I'll become your disciple and I'll drink that milk also. The shepherd did not stop there. He said, okay, but now I will drink that milk and then you have to drink the leftover milk. Now the Raja Purohit was really angry. Then he shouted at the shepherd, now we are crossing your limit, you stupid fellow. Why should a Brahmin drink leftover milk? He shouted. Then the shepherd said, okay, if you don't want to drink, fine, go, leave. I will not give you the magical stone. Again, the Raja Purohit thought of the magical stone. Then he thought and said, today is the last day. If I don't give the answer, for which I don't have the answer, if I cannot go back to the Asthana, Raja Bhoja will kick me out. My family will also kick me out. At least if I go alone, then at least my wife and children, the Raja will take care. But if I go back to the city, then my family also will be thrown out. So he said, okay, let me not trouble my family. Let me take care of myself. Then he thought like this. And then he says, Raja Purohit agreed to that also. Okay. You drink the milk and the leftover milk, I will drink. Okay. The shepherd did not stop. He said, that's not all. That's not enough. I have a dead man's skull in my house. I will pour the sheep's milk into the skull. Then I will drink it. And then after that, you have to drink the same leftover milk from that skull. Only then I will give you that magical stone, which will make you enormously rich. Otherwise, go. I will not even talk to you. Hearing this, the Raja Purohit again started thinking. Again, he got angry. Again, he got worried. Again, he thought of all the other things that will happen if he doesn't agree to this condition. Then he's with great difficulty. Then he said, look, I hope this is the last condition, but I'll agree to it. It's a horrible, difficult thing for me to agree for. It goes against every belief of mine. It goes against that. But okay, I'll agree. Give me that stone. Then the shepherd said, this is the answer to your question. Greed. The well of greed is the one into which when a man falls, he never comes out. You, my dear Raja Purohit, you went on falling into this well of greed. You were ready to compromise all your beliefs, all your faith, all your values. You are ready to compromise for the sake of getting rich, for the sake of greed. Go tell your Raja Bhoj the answer. That is, it is the well of greed into which one falls, one cannot come out of. Yes, children, this is the moral of the story. There is no end to greed. In our stories, in the Puranas, there is a story, no, of Rakta Bijasura. You have heard, no, the Rakta Bijasura? What is that? Ma Kali, she kills this Rakta Bijasura, isn't it? That Rakta Bijasura was such a Rakshasa that if you cut his head or cut his limb or hurt him, if one drop of blood falls on the ground, another Rakta Bijasura is born. Like that. So it is impossible to kill this Rakta Bijasura. Devi, then what she did, Devi? Devi then developed a huge tongue, big tongue she spread on the ground where the battle was happening on the last day of Navaratri. She killed that Rakta Bijasura also. No, last day she killed Bahushasura. In between, she killed this Rakta Bijasura also. What happened? On any drop of blood is falling, she drinks it up. What does it mean? Rakta Bijasura represents our desires. When we fulfill one desire, another will crop. When we fulfill one desire, one more will. I want to eat one biscuit. It's very tasty. I want one more biscuit. I want to play one video game. No, not enough. I want to play for 10 more minutes. I want to see this. I want to see that. I want to wear good clothes. Every day I want to wear nice clothes. So much greed will come. It's very impossible to satisfy our greed. What did Gandhiji say? You can satisfy the need of a man, but not greed. Isn't it? So, like this Rakta Bijasura, how Devi swallowed up what did Devi do? She swallowed up desire only. She did not let desire touch the ground. That means we should not let our uncontrolled desires, uncontrolled greed, want. That greed has to be controlled. The need can be taken care of. Little luxuries are also fine. But greed, it destroys the person. It destroys a family. It destroys the conscience, the mind, and it destroys society also. Isn't it? So, this is a story of the well of greed, in which none of us will fall. Why? Because we are guided by Sadguru. Sadguru Prabhuji will not let us fall into the, well of greed, isn't it? Because we all listen to his satsangs, we all listen to good stories, moral stories. The well of greed is far away from us. But share the story with your friends. It's very important to spread this message to the world. Okay? So until next time, see you all. Let us close with the prayer. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Mamrutangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.